Hi guys, we're here at Big Bear Bikes in Pickering, North Yorkshire. I'm here with Alistair.
Hi there.
And we're taking a look at what is really big news this month, the Trek Fuel EXe, but not as you know it. Trek have finally launched the aluminium frame version of the EXe. So we're going to take a look at what that means for the bike in terms of weight, in terms of price, and how this might just be that bit more accessible to more people. But there's also some really, really big news coming on the group set with this bike, so stay with us for that. Al, tell me about the EXe. For those that haven't seen a previous video, what is this bike?
So it's Trek's lightweight e-bike. It got launched last year, made a big impact in the e-bike world because e-bikes have been the full fat kind of big powered bikes. Now Trek are trying to get onto the more acoustic feeling lightweight bikes.
So big news around a much more natural feeling ride.
Yeah.
A practically silent motor was the big announcement at the time.
Yeah,
super cool technology, and just enough assistance rather than that big power feeling that people are maybe used to.
Yeah.
Cool. So an aluminium frame.
Yeah.
Straight away, surely that means a better price point.
Oh, absolutely. When it launched last year, it was carbon exclusive, and we have been waiting for the aluminium one to come along because, the carbon one, you do pay a premium. The carbon bike started at 6,400.
Where this is?
5,200.
So straight away, you're £1,200 lower as a price point to getting on this bike, which is a huge, huge saving.
Yeah, you're still getting all the new technology as well.
So the geometry is the same.
Yeah.
Adjustability, component options, largely the same.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There's going to be a weight penalty though, right?
Yeah, not too much though. It's probably about a kilogram.
Right.
So this bike's probably coming in just under 20 kilograms. The top end carbon bike's probably at 18 kilograms. So there's a couple in between that, but obviously I think you're still going to get the nice natural feeling of the ride. It's still sub 20, which is definitely light enough to feel a fun bike to ride.
Love it. So is the spec, when you look at the mountain bike range from Trek, usually, obviously we've got the 9.5, 9.7, 9.8, 9.9s in the carbon bikes, and then we end up with our 5, 6, 7, 8 in our aluminium frame bikes. Is that the same with this, and what options are available?
So it's launched with 3 aluminium options. It starts with the EXE 5, and then it does the EXE 8. But the 8 you can get in 2 configurations. One with Shimano XT setup, and one with the new SRAM T-Type. So that is
we're going to talk about shortly, aren't we?
Yeah.
So just give me a walkthrough on this bike. So this is the Fuel EXe 8.
8, and this is the T-Type one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So take me front to back. What's this bike come with as standard? So
you're getting Fox suspension, so Fox 36 front forks. They're the entry-level Fox 36s, but I ride these on my bike. I think they perform really well. So it's a good fork.
How much travel have you got on the bike?
150 mil.
Okay.
And then you're getting the Bontrager wheels on this, so aluminium wheels on this one. Tubeless ready, so come tubeless out of the box. That's a nice feature. And then pretty much most of the components on it are Bontrager kind of spec'd, but obviously finished with some nice trick bits.
I was going to say, you've blinged this up a little bit with Berg Tech, haven't you?
Yeah.
Let's come to that at the end, because there's some nice touches there. So at the rear, from a suspension point of view, we've got the Fox Float. Yeah,
Float X. So that is a good trail rear shock. It's not the big downhill one, but it's the new one from Fox, Float X. So it's got the oil reservoir on there, which helps the performance, stops when obviously the shock is compressing up and down a lot, it stops it getting too hot with the oil. So it keeps it, flowing smoother.
Fantastic. And then obviously I know you're excited to get onto this, the group set. And the T-Type setup. It's seen for the first time on this bike. Yeah,
it got launched with GX AXS T-Type.
So for those that don't know group sets on bikes, where's GX sit in the SRAM range?
So in SRAM's range, GX is kind of mid-spec. So if you know your Shimano stuff, it's probably equivalent to XT. So it's a decent group set, but this is launched, they've basically done their version of T-Type in it, which is the new SRAM electric gears. So
talk to me about T-Type then. What does that mean for this group set?
So there's a couple of different things. We'll get down there. So it's a full group set, and it's only designed to run all together. So you can't interchange this with anything else. The rear derailleur has to run with the cassette, has to run with a chain and the chainring, because they've redesigned how the chain changes from cog to cog. So basically it's all in sync, and it's basically designed to change smoother under load. So the more force you put through the gears whilst changing gear, the smoother the shift, which is not how people tend to think of changing gear. which is quite a breakthrough from SRAM.
And there's no hanger.
Yeah, that's another standout feature. How derailleurs have been mounted to frames since forever is with a derailleur hanger. They've done away with that idea, and now the rear derailleur clamps around the rear stays of the frame to make it super strong. So really durable, designed to take massive impact and stay intact and working.
So, I mean, like, I suppose historically, like, the idea of the hanger, though, is that bit of frame protection.
Yeah,
and the ability to swap that out if I need to.
It is a bit kind of a controversial topic. People think the hanger, that's the bit that's designed to snap on an impact. But SRAM obviously tried and tested this with all major manufacturers, and this design is apparently meant to be almost indestructible. So
I've seen people hitting these with mallets online. Just
standing on them, kicking them, and it's holding up.
So properly robust. We're not going to do that with this because somebody might be buying this bike this week. So we're going to save it. But really impressive. And then what about from a battery technology point of view? How is that set up now? Because obviously standard, if we look at AXS, you'd have a battery at the front, battery at the back. You could remove both, charge both separately. What's the setup with T-Type?
Well, not just with T-Type, but with SRAM AXS in general, you can run it two different ways. So they do have a little pod battery that sits in the rear derailleur. This one can run that, but Trek have designed to do it with I'll just pop it out. So the battery itself is wired into the e-bike battery, so you don't have to worry about recharging your gears. It's just going to run off the main battery.
So when I'm charging my bike, my battery, I'm charging my group set as well. Nothing else to think about.
So it all runs. Cool. It all runs together. But if you didn't want to do it like that and you wanted just a traditional normal battery, you could remove all this and just put a normal AXS battery in, and it'll run absolutely fine.
Fantastic, really impressive. And one of the things that I love actually is the new pod.
Yeah, new controller as well.
That just really feels so solid. I mean, do you want to talk the guys through that?
They've just redesigned how you change with the controller, really. It's called the new pod. It's got different buttons, feels really robust. And some feedback I've heard is it feels more natural where it's positioned on the bike. When obviously you're changing gear, it just feels a nicer shifter, really. So there's nothing
radical in terms of what it does, but the feel of it and the ergonomics of it, really high quality piece of kit. Right, okay, so I guess the last thing we should talk about with this bike is stuff that I know is close to your heart, BergTech.
Yeah, obviously it comes in this colourway, which is Keswick green, and then they've obviously put the blue on it. So BergTech do a very similar blue in their range, so it was kind of obvious to put this colour match on the bike. So I think it's a nice contrast colour, and obviously gone for the BergTech Mark V pedals, and then just put a little bit of BergTech spacers and top cap on there as well. So it just ties it all in, really nice. Looks absolutely superb, it really does. Cool, happy days. So there you have it, guys. If you've not seen it before, heard about this before, this is the Trek Fuel EXe AL, the aluminium frame bike, £1,200 lower starting price. So really accessible, but super cool. All the latest technology, T-Type making life way easier. The battery charging technology, really impressive. And this bike's in the shop right now here in Pickering. So if you want to know more about Fuel EXe, if you want to test ride these bikes, then come along to the store, and Alistair and the team will be delighted to walk you through them. Welcome to have a test ride and see what you think. We'll see you soon. Cheers, guys.